When we interviewed Sean Lovichuk, which is a cardiologist in Long Island, he said there are three things to be successful: ability, affability, and access. I think he's used another word. And you're very affable. I'm sure you're very able too. But how do you do that access? What are your hours? And why do you think that's important?
It's a huge thing, actually. When I do prenatal visits, I always ask, how'd you hear about us? And good things did you hear? That kind of thing. And that's one of the first things our families always say. And it's what they tell their friends when they're having new babies is, oh, we love the hours. Some of this is, because of our size, because we have a big staff, or we're not torturing any one person, never say, we have enough people to rotate through hours. So Monday through Thursday, we open at 7:30 and we're open till 9 p.m. And then Friday, we close at 6, and then we are open Saturday and Sunday mornings for urgent visits.
How many people are working until 9 p.m.?
Usually 2, usually a doc and an NP. Yeah. So and then what we do is we flex that too. In the summer times, we'll fill those evening hours with more physicals. Right. And now, as we go to fall into the winter, we will flex into having less of that booked ahead of time so that we can do more illness visits in the evening.
Interesting. You were telling me last night that 7:30 appointment is always booked.
Yes, very much. That's one of the things as I've come into more of a managing role. And one of the things I've wanted to do is, as you can imagine, in a big office like ours, there are some things that have lived on just because they are. And so I have wanted to rethink everything from the ground up. And one of the things I had thought of is to be good at 8 to 9 or something along those lines. Do we really need to open at 7:30? We do have some staff that drive in from quite a distance. And so it's a little bit of a stretch to get there. Again, honestly, I'm not a morning person. When I broached it a couple of times, the office staff all told me, don't you dare. The patients love those hours, probably even more than the 9 o'clock, the PM hours, because they can get a kid in, get them seen before the start of their day. And they made the point, they asked me, they said, has your 7:30 slot ever been open? And I was like, no, you're right. And I've been at this practice now for 10, 11 years. That 7:30 slot is always booked. So I had never thought of early morning being an important part of the access, but it really is. It's very much used.
Very important to people. Now, you became managing partner after being the IT guru for the practice.
Mhm.
What's the top one thing a managing partner needs to know and why?
Yes. Yeah. So, and this is recent too. I came into the practice actually specifically as the IT guy because I had spearheaded the EMR of a previous practice. At Panorama, their doc that had done the same thing, we had actually worked together when we were each trying to decide the EMR for our respective practices. So I knew he had hit retirement age and I was looking for a new place. So I stepped in as he stepped out. So I came in as the IT guy to this office. And then just within the last year or two, we had a reshuffle and decided to kind of solidify our roles and really have someone have the clinical director role, have someone have the operations role, someone have the finance role, that kind of thing. But we had always had a managing partner and that person was stepping down. So I stepped into that role. And what we did is we dovetailed. In 2023, we shared it. And now here in 2024, it's me.